Hello and welcome, I'm Kengnama Sidoni, and today we're talking about something every leader faces, whether they're ready for it or not. Leading through change and uncertainty. Female voice. In unpredictable times, your people need more than instructions. They need clarity, courage, and connection. The world is changing faster than ever before. What worked yesterday might not work tomorrow, and the old playbooks just don't cut it anymore. But within this uncertainty lies incredible opportunity. The opportunity to redefine what it means to lead, to inspire, and to thrive. Today we'll explore the essential principles that will not only help you navigate change, but also empower you to become the leader your team needs you to be in the face of any challenge. Let's be honest, change is tough. It disrupts routines, threatens stability, and triggers anxiety. Uncertainty breeds fear because we naturally crave control and predictability. But here's the truth. The way you respond as a leader will determine whether your team freezes, fractures, or flourishes. Think about it. Why do we find change so unsettling? It's not just the change itself, but the unknown that comes with it. We fear the loss of control, the possibility of failure, the discomfort of stepping outside our comfort zones. But here's the thing. Change is also the birthplace of innovation, growth, and progress. It's what forces us to adapt, to learn, to become more resilient versions of ourselves. As leaders, we have a responsibility to not only guide our teams through change, but to help them embrace it, to see the opportunity within the uncertainty. Leadership is not about being fearless, it's about helping others find steady ground while navigating fear. It's about creating a space where vulnerability is not a weakness but a strength. It's about showing up authentically, even when you don't have all the answers. Remember, change is a process, not an event. There will be bumps along the road, moments of doubt, and times when you'll need to dig deep and find the courage to keep moving forward. But by embracing the principles we'll discuss today, you can transform change from a source of fear into a catalyst for growth, both for yourself and your team. In times of change, a leader's job isn't to have all the answers. It's to create an environment where people feel informed, valued, and safe enough to move forward despite unknowns. Your role is not to control the change, but to lead your team through it. Think of yourself as the captain of a ship navigating a storm. The seas are rough, the wind is howling, and your crew is looking to you for guidance. They don't expect you to magically calm the storm. They need you to chart a course, keep them informed, and inspire confidence that you'll navigate them through it. So how do you create this environment of trust and stability amidst chaos? It starts with understanding the core needs of your team during uncertain times. Clarity. People need to understand what's happening, why it's happening, and how it impacts them directly. Uncertainty thrives in the absence of information. Direction. When the path ahead is unclear, your team needs a clear sense of direction, even if the destination is still evolving. This gives them something tangible to focus on and work towards. Connection. Change can be isolating. People need to feel connected to their leader, their team, and a shared purpose. This fosters a sense of belonging and reminds them that they're not facing this alone. Your role is to set clear priorities. Define what matters most in the midst of change and align your team around these priorities. This provides focus and minimizes distractions. Communicate frequently. Over-communicate, even if you feel like you're repeating yourself. Regular updates, even small ones, demonstrate transparency and build trust. Model resilience and optimism. Your attitude is contagious. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth and inspire your team to do the same. Stay emotionally connected with your team. Remember that behind every employee is a person with hopes, fears, and families. Check in regularly, listen actively, and offer support. Chapter 3. Key principle number 1. Communicate early and honestly. Silence is dangerous during uncertainty. People will fill information gaps with assumptions and fears. Even if you don't have all the answers, communicate what you do know, what you're working to find out, and what comes next. Be honest about challenges. Acknowledge concerns. Transparency builds trust, and trust is your greatest currency in uncertain times. Think about it. What happens when you sense that information is being withheld from you? You start to question motives, you imagine the worst-case scenarios, and trust begins to erode. Now imagine that happening on a team-wide scale during a period of significant change. The consequences can be detrimental. Open, honest communication, even when it's difficult, is the antidote to fear and speculation. It demonstrates respect for your team's intelligence and acknowledges their right to be informed. Here's how to put this principle into action. Proactive communication. Don't wait for rumors to spread or for anxiety to reach a boiling point. Communicate early and often, even if you don't have all the answers yet. Transparency. Be upfront about the challenges, the unknowns, and the potential impacts. People appreciate honesty, even when it's not what they want to hear. Two-way dialogue. Encourage questions, feedback, and open discussion. Create a safe space for people to voice their concerns and feel heard. Empathetic listening. Listen actively to understand, not just to respond. Acknowledge the emotions behind the words and validate your team's feelings. Consistent messaging. Ensure that your communication is consistent across all channels and levels of the organization. This builds credibility and minimizes confusion. Remember, communication is not just about conveying information, it's about building and maintaining trust. By embracing transparency and open dialogue, you create a foundation of psychological safety that allows your team to navigate change with greater confidence and resilience. Chapter 4. Key principle number 2. Focus on what you can control. When the world feels out of control, people need something steady to hold on to. Help your team narrow their focus to what's actionable today, this week, and this month. Prioritize tasks, realign goals, and celebrate small wins. Progress, no matter how small, restores a sense of control. Imagine being caught in a rip current. Your instinct might be to fight against it, to swim directly back to shore. However, experienced lifeguards will tell you that the best course of action is to swim parallel to the shore until you break free of the current's pull. Similarly, when faced with overwhelming change, trying to control everything is like swimming against the rip current. It's exhausting, demoralizing, and ultimately futile. Instead, focus your energy on what you can control, your actions, your attitude, and your response to the situation. Here's how to shift your team's focus from anxiety to action. Break down overwhelming tasks. Large-scale change can feel paralyzing. Break down big goals into smaller, more manageable steps. This creates a sense of progress and momentum. Prioritize ruthlessly. Identify the most critical tasks that will have the biggest impact and focus your team's energy there. Empower decision-making. Give your team the autonomy to make decisions within their areas of responsibility. This fosters a sense of ownership and control. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge and celebrate every victory, no matter how small. This reinforces positive momentum and boosts morale. Focus on the present. Encourage your team to stay present and focus on what they can accomplish today. Dwelling on the past or worrying about the future only amplifies anxiety. Remember, you can't control the waves, but you can learn to surf. By focusing on what you can influence, you empower your team to ride the waves of change with greater confidence and control. Chapter 5. Key principle. Number 3. Show empathy and presence. In uncertainty, people aren't just anxious about the business, they're anxious about their families, their future, and their mental health. Check in regularly, not just about deadlines, but about how they're coping. Empathy isn't weakness, it's leadership strength. A simple, "How are you holding up?" can mean everything to someone feeling unseen. In times of change, people crave connection and understanding more than ever. They need to know that their leaders see them, hear them, and care about their well-being. This is where empathy becomes a superpower. Empathy is not about having all the answers or fixing everyone's problems. It's about creating a space where people feel safe to be vulnerable, to express their fears and anxieties, and to know that they're not alone in their struggles. Here's how to cultivate empathy and presence as a leader. Active listening. Pay attention not just to what people say, but how they say it. Notice their body language, tone of voice, and unspoken cues. Perspective taking. Try to see the situation from your team's point of view. Acknowledge their concerns even if you don't share them. Emotional validation. Let your team know that their feelings are valid and understandable. Avoid dismissing or minimizing their concerns. Regular check-ins. Schedule regular one-on-one meetings with your team members to check in on their well-being, both professionally and personally. Offer support. Provide resources and support systems for those who need them, such as access to mental health professionals or employee assistance programs. Remember, leadership is not a title, it's a responsibility. It's about showing up for your team, especially when times are tough. By leading with empathy and creating a culture of care, you build trust, foster resilience, and create a more humane and supportive workplace. Change and uncertainty will always be part of leadership. What matters most is how you lead through it. Communicate honestly, focus on what you can control, stay connected, and lead with resilience. Remember, leadership is not about having all the answers. It's about showing up authentically, embracing vulnerability, and creating a space where your team feels supported, empowered, and inspired to navigate the unknown together. If this message resonated with you, give this video a like, subscribe for more leadership insights, and comment below. What's the one leadership habit you rely on during uncertain times? Thank you for watching, and remember, leadership is not about having all the answers, it's about showing up when it matters most.